Welcome back, everybody, to the Nosebleeds podcast. I'm Chris Witt, and with me, as always, is Mr. Adam Schmidt. Adam, how are you today, sir?
Splendid. How are you?
Oh, splendid myself. Maybe a little
Sweet and low.
sweet and low. Thank you. It was going to take me a minute to figure out what that other sugar was, the other fake sugar. Truvia.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds like a drug for, something.
Yeah, probably. Maybe it is. I thought that was maybe. Yeah. Anyway, doing well, bud. Should have a pretty fun little podcast today. Got a few fun things happened this week. You've been going to the gym a lot. Get to talk a little bit about that.
Tales from the gym.
I like that. I was in West Virginia, and every time you're in West Virginia, something fun's gonna happen, especially you walk into a bowling alley. Something good's gonna happen there.
Oh, West Virginia bowling alley.
Yep.
I can't wait for that.
Absolutely. And then let's see. It was dumb. It was one of those things where as the words came out of my mouth, I was like, I should have never said that. Those came out wrong.
Oh,
you'll find out. It's pretty funny. I haven't told you anything about it yet. And then so all the gambling apps that went down, we talked about this a little bit ago, right? A while ago. Adam jumped on them. Adam was doing some gambling. The NBA's been going on. So I finally jumped on the gambling deal.
Okay, good.
Finally jumped on that. So when was the last time you made a bet on one of those apps? Have you lost all your free money? Is it all gone?
No, I still have $50 left or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I made my initial maybe 10 bets or something, and I hit like 4 of my first 5 or 4 of my first 6 or something like that, and then took a big slide.
Yeah.
And then didn't do anything for a while. So the money's just been sitting in there. Last week I placed 4 bets, I think.
Oh,
for the first time in months.
Nice.
Went 1-1 the one day, placed 2, and then the next day placed 2 that I felt pretty good about.
So are you doing parlays, like where you add a bunch of things in there, or are you just betting who's going to win the game?
Just mostly simple stuff. Like the 2 that I lost, the last day I bet was Denver was -3 against, I can't remember who now. I was like, they're going to beat them by 15.
And they lost.
Took Denver, took Jokic to get
I think we might have bet that same game because I was so disappointed in Mr. Jokic's performance that day.
The over-under was like 22.5 assists and rebounds. I think that's what I bet on in that one, that second bet.
For Jokic, 22.5 assists and rebounds?
Mm-hmm.
It's still pretty high.
Yeah, but he's averaging like 13 rebounds and 9 assists or something like that. So
22.
It was gonna be right there. And no, he didn't.
What app do you use?
DraftKings.
Okay. So I signed up on the old FanDuel.
Okay.
And yeah, I've decided that I'm a $5 better.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
That's my game right there.
I did $10 the other day, but
I do. And they give you a free bet almost every single day. You get like a $10 free bet here, or bet something on this for free, or if you bet up to $25 and lose, you get all your money back. Like I do. Why would you not take advantage of all those? Those are the easy ones. And if you win, you win. I've done pretty bad.
Is that right?
Done pretty bad, but I'm up $100.
Yeah.
Because all the ones I do a bunch of crazy stuff on the free ones. You lose, you win, you win, right?
Mm-hmm.
So so tonight I got Denver. So there was a free $10 one that you could make a $10 bet on. And I did like a 15-leg parlay on the Lakers Pistons, and I missed it by a couple different like LeBron only had 4 assists and I needed him to get 6. So he hurt me there, but there was a couple things that I missed. But this one now, I put an actual $5 of my money on. So I went a little bit further. So we got 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Jokic has already made 1 3.
Okay.
That's a thumbs up on that.
Nice.
Jokic needs to get 30 plus. He's at 25.
How much time
left? 5 minutes in the third quarter. So we've got all the fourth quarter.
He's good.
Jokic 6+ assists. He had 12 assists in the first half.
Sure.
So he's at 13. Jokic 10+ rebounds. He's at 7. That's the one that's the one that could get me.
Yeah. What's the score of the game? You see that?
Yeah. So it's 95-79. So right now it's a 16-point game going into the fourth quarter. So really need him to pretty much either finish out the third quarter and get these, or I got about 5 minutes in the fourth quarter. If they continue to blow him out, he's going to sit.
Yep.
So I'm hoping this game gets a little closer and they keep him in. So that's all I need. So I also had Michael Porter Jr. 3 threes. He had 5 in the first half. Porter Jr. 6 rebounds. He's got 7.
There you go.
Michael Porter Jr. 15 plus points. He's got 25. Jalen Green 2 threes. He's got 2 threes. Jalen Green 4 assists. He's got 6. All I need is 3 rebounds from Jokic and 4 points. He's at 26 now. He must be on the line. I need 4 points from Jokic and 3 rebounds. And that $5 will pay me back $101.99.
Wow.
I'm digging these things, man. I'm digging these whole bunch of things that should be easily done. But if you put a bunch of them together, eventually it adds up to some money. So I've only hit one, but the one I hit was for like $200 last week. So if I keep betting $5, I just got to hit one of these things every like 20 bets.
Yeah.
Every 25, and I'm right back to it.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling pretty good. So I'm hoping if I hit this, if I can get this one, that'll give me my second one. It's all been NBA stuff. I've been doing all NBA.
That's what I'm most comfortable with, certainly. So yeah, I'm mostly just doing those 2.
Yeah. And then because I looked at a college game yesterday and I don't know who the guys play for. And they don't show pictures of them or tell you who they play for on the lines.
Really?
Just had their names. Unlike everything else, it shows you who they play for. So I was like, I don't know. This guy's like, it's like minus 500. That sounds like he should probably be able to do that then. And so I've lost. I lost the one college game I played.
Huh. Yeah, I haven't looked. I don't think I've looked at all at any college games, but I saw this yesterday on Instagram. 23-year-old only showers when he loses a parlay. Has not showered in over 7 weeks.
Wow. So here's the deal, though. I could literally go on and do a 3, let's say it was like today's game. I could do Jokic 6+ rebounds, Jokic plus 15 points, 15 or more points, and Jokic 3+ assists, 6+ assists. Those are all easy. Like he's gonna get those every single game. Mm-hmm. So if you do something, you're only gonna win. If you bet $5, you might win $2.
This fella has gone 45-6 on the NFL season, winning an astonishing $330,000 on his most recent 50-time parlay.
50 leg parlay.
Thank you for the correct.
No, 50 times, 50 leg, whatever. In my head, it just says 50. Yeah, but that means that he had 50 pieces he had to hit.
Parlay.
That's insane. But that's the thing. If you do a bunch of, you get about 35 things that are easy, and then you put in about 5 things that are like, "Ooh, this could happen." But I've got a little. I'm at a plus 100, plus 105, whatever. That bumps that up, and when you get into 50, it's like that's almost impossible. So yeah, they're going to pay you all kinds of money.
So he took a picture of himself in a bathtub with stacks of cash on him.
God. How old is this kid?
23.
Let me see this picture again.
So I want him to lose so badly.
I would want this guy to lose more than anything in the world. He's holding. What do they call it when they got the bands? He's holding stacks and bands. He's got a gold change with his taco meat, and sunglasses in a bathtub. No water in the bathtub, by the way. Just laying in a bathtub.
Thank goodness, because he's got cash all over the place.
Yeah, it would be really dumb. Although this guy seems like hasn't showered in over 7 weeks. Wow. He looks clean to me. Of course, couldn't tell if that hair was greasy or not.
Yeah.
Be hard to tell.
Right. Yeah, so maybe that's the key. Maybe don't shower.
And then
place a big bet.
Yeah.
See what happens. If
$300,000, 50 leg parlay. That's insane.
You gonna try it?
Is this Biff? Is his name Biff?
Biff Tannen, yeah.
Is it? Did he go
Oh,
to
let
the
me
future?
see if there's an
Did he
almanac
go?
in here
Yeah, is
somewhere.
there an almanac somewhere in the background? Can you see one in his pocket in the shower? I mean, there's only one way you can do that. You got to have an almanac, man. That's
Yeah.
got to be the only way, right?
I don't see it. I don't see it. Unfortunately, I zoomed in on accident on his armpit hair, and that stinks for me.
That's rough. Jokic is at 29 and has 8 boards.
Hey,
I need 2 boards
at one
and
point.
1 point. 2 boards and 1 point. And I'm super stoked over $100. You kidding me? Let's go.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll take that any day
That's
of the week.
huge. I haven't made more. The one bet I won last week, I bet $10 and won a total of 20.
There you go. Yeah. So the other bet that I won, let's see. There's only one.
So I really only won 10.
There's only one other bet that I won. I lost all the rest of them. Let's see how much I got on that. It was a decent one. Here we go. $189.
Wow.
Yeah. So I won
Very impressive.
$189 and I've lost, I don't know, like maybe $15 because everything else has been free bets that I keep getting.
I gotta pay attention to that. If DraftKings, I'm sure DraftKings
Yeah,
probably does that. I gotta look for
all
that stuff.
kinds of stuff on this thing. So I just scroll over and it's got free to play. Boom. And they just give you these things all the time. And then up at the top, you've got no sweat, same game parlay for Thursday night football. You could bet up to, what is this, $25 maybe? It's either 10 or 25. Yeah, up to $10. So I can bet at $10. You got to be at plus 400 by the time the bet's over. And that's when I'm doing those, man. I'm at like plus 2,000. But $10. And if I lose it, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter.
That's right.
I love it.
That's cool. Yeah. I went, 40 years without betting on
Anything.
sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
but now it's legal, so you feel like it's okay.
Now it's legal, right?
So is that how you're going to be with marijuana now that marijuana is legal here in about a week?
I'm high right now.
Well, it's not legal yet.
Oh,
December 7th, man. You gotta wait, bro. You gotta wait, bud. Unless you got your medical card.
I got my medical card.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Good.
I went to the doctor.
Anxiety, or what'd you use?
I have long toenails.
Long toenails. That'd get you every time.
Yep.
Probably tell you to start wearing socks.
Yeah. Well, then you get holes in the socks, and because they cut right through.
Yeah, I feel like maybe some toenail clippers would help with that.
Maybe that's.
Maybe.
I'm gonna go to the dispensary and see if they have toenail clippers.
That's what you need to do, my friend. That's what you need to do. All right, Adam. Speaking of going to the dispensary, let's talk about how the gym's been to you lately.
Okay. Gym's been good.
Have you seen a difference in your body?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. I've definitely gotten a lot fatter because I go to the gym and then I eat cookies afterward. So
I'm going to spoil myself. I'm going to get a giant vanilla malt. Do you get malts or shakes? What are you? You're a shake guy? Or are you vanilla or chocolate?
I'm a chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream chocolate milk.
Oh, see, I'm chocolate chip cookie dough vanilla.
Okay.
Or not vanilla, but regular milk.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
White milk. Yeah.
White milk.
They've mistakenly made that for me many times.
Still delicious.
Yeah.
Still delicious.
Yep. I prefer the chocolate, but yeah, still definitely.
If I don't do the cookie dough, then I'll do a malt. Like if I just do a regular flavor, just regular vanilla malt, I'll do that. But if I'm doing the cookie dough, which is usually what I do, the only problem with when you do the cookie dough is those little cookie doughs get stuck in the straw all the time. And you're getting ready to take a beautiful, delicious sip and you almost choke because you suck on nothing but air because it clogs the bottom. Don't get me wrong. The best part is all the little chocolate chip cookie dough pieces at the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, Adam's stopping at UDF on the way home.
I stopped there on the way here for gas, actually.
All right. So talk to me. What's going on at the gym?
I got a funny story for you. So a couple weeks ago, I see they have tons of classes, right? Mm-hmm. And you got to look at the schedule, certain times, certain days. And so I see a class called Core, Cardio, and Balance.
Let's go. I like that. Let's get them abs going, baby.
I want some abs. I need some cardio. I need to work on my balance. So let's hit all of them. I get to the one. Okay, it's on a Monday. Get there. walk in. All right. I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, there's the instructors in there. And she's like, you're going to need this, 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 this. So you go in to get all the equipment together and get your little spot on the floor,
Mhm.
get your yoga mat out and put it on there.
Do you have your own yoga mat or do you get one from them?
I get one from them.
Do they clean them every time or they just
You
roll them up?
clean them
Oh,
every
you
time.
clean them afterwards. Nice. I
They've
like that.
got
Good.
the sanitation wipes
Yep.
all over that gym.
Nice.
So you're supposed to wipe every time you use a machine, touch anything. You're supposed to wipe it down with that.
Yeah.
Not everybody does that, but anyway, but it is still cleaner than I would say a lot of gyms. So go in there, get all my stuff, put it down. The class starts filling up, and class starts doing it. Turns out to be, 4 or 5 pretty lovely young ladies in there.
Okay.
And so I'm like, I don't mind this. I don't mind this class at all.
Yeah.
So we do the class and it's fine. It was me and there turned out to be there was one other guy to start the class.
Yeah.
And then another guy walked in like 5 minutes after it started. So it was 3 of us fellas and maybe 15, 16 ladies.
Gotcha.
Right. And 4 or 5 of them of an age appropriate to me. And then the rest, 50s, 60s,
Yep.
90s, whatever. So
you do go to an old person gym.
I do go to an old person gym. So the class goes fine. And I'm like, okay, I like that, pretty good core workout and all that. I'm going to go back. I think I'm going to go back the next time. So I look at the schedule. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, this thing is listed. All right.
Mhm.
I might not go every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I'm going to go a lot, So I'm there on Wednesday, right? I get there a little early and I go up and I run on the treadmill or walk or something like that. And then I go down when it's time, right before it's time. And I go down, there's a different class in there. And they're like in the middle of this class. I'm like, oh, that's weird. That's not that class. So I look and I look deeper into it and stuff. Well, on the Wednesday, it says it's in the warm water pool.
That is 100% you right there, bud.
I'm never doing a pool class. I'll tell you that.
You didn't do it?
Of course not. I'm not going into the pool. So I'm like, oh, that's weird. So, okay. So it's in the pool. Okay. So I look, the Friday class is also in the pool. All right. I guess just the Monday class is the core cardio and balance is in the room.
I feel like you're not getting a real core or balance in the pool.
In the pool, right?
Yeah, the pool, the water's holding you up and holding you places. You're not getting that workout.
So I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I agree with you. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess. So then finally,
you went and watched the class, didn't you? Just so you could be around those lovely ladies.
No, I didn't. But that makes sense. Yeah,
it may happen now.
Check out the pool.
May happen now, huh?
I just go in there and sit in a chair next to the pool.
Just wear red swim trunks, make it look like you're a lifeguard.
So I'm like, okay, so I don't go Friday or anything. So then Monday, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to this class again, right? And so right before I leave to go there, I'm looking a little harder. It says Monday in the warm water pool, core cardio and balance. I'm like, what happened here? What's going on? So come to find out, for a whole week, I thought I went to core cardio and balance. You know what I went to?
What did you go to?
Pilates.
I mean, it's basically the same thing, right?
I don't know. I never knew what Pilates were really. So
figured it out. Now you know what Pilates is.
Yeah. So I went Monday. I went to Pilates.
There you go.
Now I'm going to Pilates every week. I'm a Pilates guy now. I'm taking pilots.
So now that you're a Pilates guy, does that mean that you're like going to Starbucks and like getting the half cap, lap chap, no milk, flip, flopped, floated, fruited, and all that stuff?
Yeah.
I feel like if you do Pilates, you got to get a half cap, lap chap latte.
Yeah, some of these gals look like they're that type.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
And and so yes, you do have to. That's part of the admission fee. Is you walk in, if you're not holding a Starbucks cup, then you don't.
They're like, out of here.
Right.
Sorry. Is that just black coffee? No, you can't do that.
No, I'd get hot chocolate or something from there.
Yeah.
Tea or something.
I tried to get a coffee and they were like, you just want a venti? And I was like, no, I just want coffee. I just want a black coffee.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, this is what we call it. And I was like, I mean, you call it whatever you want. I just asked for black coffee. Just if you know what I was talking about, why did you ask? If you know what I'm talking about and you just told me you knew because that's what you call it, just ring it in. I don't care. Is that just your way of telling me I don't know your lingo?
Yeah.
Because guess what? I'm not going to learn it.
No.
And that was the last coffee I ever got from Starbucks.
Where was I? We were on vacation, I think, a few months ago, and had some time to kill. And my dad and I, before we took the flight home, I think we stopped in there in a Starbucks in a Kroger, I think it was. And so we're just like, killing time with it. So I look at the menu. I'm like, give me something that tastes like chocolate, I guess, or whatever. And the only thing I thought that I could possibly get, it turned out to taste like coffee. So I'm like that, and I don't like coffee at all. So I don't know that they have anything I can drink, to be honest with you.
They've got these things. So my wife gets this thing called a refresher. You know what I'm talking about?
My company makes those. The flavor that goes into them. Yeah.
So but there's zero coffee at all in it. It's like just a regular drink. That's all it is.
Flavored with something.
Flavored with whatever you put in it. Literally, you put in it.
Me, yeah.
Whatever you mixed out.
I'm standing there.
Man, so you guys make refresher flavoring for every Starbucks and every single place ever in the whole entire world?
I don't. Maybe, yeah, because we ship all over the world. So possibly.
It's pretty intense. Do you do anything with the shipping, or is it just a?
I don't think I think I can get in trouble for saying that, actually. But yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Just kidding. Speaking of that, so so Cody Rack, who's been on the podcast with us to talk about aliens,
absolutely
sends me my weekly alien update, right? Good. So the guy who was in front of Congress, he finally was on Joe Rogan.
Oh,
2.5 hours.
Sure.
Bud, let me tell you something. 1,000% aliens are real.
Oh yeah,
1,000%. 1,000%. If this dude is who he says he is, and he was in front of Congress, I'm sure that they didn't just let any Joe go up there. They actually looked at his background. This dude is legit. I think this is legit. I think there's 100%, 1,000% there's aliens. And I found out that what is it called? The Vatican a few years ago or whatever was like, yeah, you know what? We're not alone. This isn't the only thing God made. He just made all of everything. So, but there's plenty of other stuff out there. They finally agreed. There's a lot of other stuff. There's a really good chance that all those angels that came down back in the old days, just a bunch of aliens.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Michael, the
gold, little gold halos around them. Everything's got that little glowing halo around it.
Now it's making sense.
Always comes from above. There's all this stuff. I'm just saying.
I want to walk into a church and see a stained glass window with a green guy.
This is what my man sent to me the other day. Let me see if I can find this here. He sent me something from the Bible. He sent me something from the Bible. It was actually to me and somebody else. So I got to figure out who he sent it to. But it was basically they were like, yeah, and this person came down. Here it is. Let's see. This is from Ezekiel chapter 1 in parentheses, the Bible.
Shout out Zeke.
Here we go. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud and a fire enfolding itself. And a brightness was about it. And out of the mist thereof as the color of amber, out of the mist of the fire.
Amber's the color of your energy.
Yeah, this is a whole lot of describing. Okay, here we go. Also, out of the mist thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. And everyone had 4 faces, and one had 4 wings. So here we go, bro. I mean, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, whatever that means. And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. Here you go, bro. I'm telling you. What they think they're an alien, or they think they're angels? That's an alien.
Do you think it's 4 different faces?
That's what I'm thinking it is.
Really?
I wonder if he had, but so is it 4 necks, or do you think like the face just changed?
Oh, yeah. I was thinking
Like
4
4
necks.
heads. Yeah, like
Yeah.
4 separate heads.
Yeah.
Now that, I mean, it's a little nutty. That's a
Are
little
they
crazy.
all lady faces? Some of them men faces, some of them.
Dude, I'm gonna send you the Joe Rogan thing.
Mhm.
Well, apparently, like the biologics, like they're the captains. He was calling them the pilots of these things. I mean,
Yeah.
they're the things. Uh, they're all kind of. So a lot of them are different. They're not all. They don't all look exactly alike. Nobody knows if that means they're from different places or if it's like all from the same place. And maybe they sent a monkey one time and then they sent a giraffe and then they don't know. They don't know if they were even piloting them. They just sent. For all they know, they're just in it.
Yeah. For the ride.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting.
It's like the second last Joe Rogan. It was from, I want to say, end of last week, beginning of this week.
Okay.
Check it out. Check it out. You'll be
Well, is he just saying the same thing he said in front of Congress?
Oh
'Cause
no, I
watched
feel
all
like
of
this
it.
was a little bit more. I feel like he got a
Okay.
little more detailed in this. Like he's been getting things slowly cleared that he can talk about.
Oh.
And he talks about why he's doing it and the purpose of it and all this other stuff. And it's like, all right, this dude might be legit. Dude might be legit.
Now, do you feel like Joe Rogan was
Not
steering him?
not even a little bit.
Okay.
This guy couldn't shut up.
Okay.
Joe would say one thing, like a sentence, and this dude would talk for 5 straight minutes.
And Joe Rogan got paid $10 million for that episode.
Probably. And
Yeah.
probably didn't give that dude a dime.
Yeah.
Not a
Right.
dime, I bet.
Right. For sitting there and listening to a guy talk.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty intense. Pretty intense.
Hmm.
Pretty intense. So yeah. So there you go.
So okay, I gave you my story from the gym.
Do you want to do? I think that it's time to play the game that we talked about.
Okay.
So a few weeks ago, Adam pulled out he's got the 15 the dating apps on there. And Mr. Adam is quite picky, which is a good thing. Don't settle, right?
Right.
So we've decided the game that we're going to play, instead of reading and making fun of these people, making fun of somebody every time. That's somebody's daughter.
Right.
That's,
We're not making fun of
I mean, I was 100% making fun.
No.
Oh, I was.
You were. Yeah.
What was I doing?
Okay.
Yeah, what was I doing? What we're going to do is he's going to turn on an app. And the very first person, I have to decide if Adam's swiping right or left. This is going to be the easiest game ever because 99.99% of the people Adam would swipe left to.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless I just decide, you know what, this is a wholesome girl for Adam.
Okay. I'm picking the app or
whatever app you want to go on to.
All right. Let's just pull up Bumble then.
So this is the Bumblebee.
This is the Bumblebee. And
oh yes, let's go. Here we go. All right.
Wait. Before you say anything, you see a picture, there's a name and an age. That's pretty much all you see at first, and then you scroll and you see the rest of it.
Okay.
Just based on that first thing you see, are you thinking left or right so far?
You're left automatically.
Okay.
You're definitely swiping left.
All right.
There's no doubt about it at all. Am I wrong?
I mean, I looked at it for half a second and I said probably left.
First off, her name is Pimple. So that's weird.
All right. That's automatic.
That's weird. And she's your age, so that's an automatic left for you.
Okay.
Not a fan of putting on makeup.
Just got what you meant.
Did you get that? Took a second.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm comfortable without makeup on. Always in scrubs. Not working. Ooh, in the soccer field. Soccer mom. There you go.
Oh,
Here we
I
go.
was hoping you would say player, but
Yeah, nope. Soccer mom. Respect is a must. And once again, there's a picture of her sister and her cousin in here too.
And they are much better looking, or
No, they're all different. They
Okay.
all look totally different.
All right.
All look totally different.
Because we talked about that. You can't post. You can't be the worst looking one in a group
No,
that you post. You can't do
100%.
that.
No, you can't. These are my favorite things to see. So let's see. Social drinker. I wonder if there's anybody that just puts, "Yep, I get hammered all the time." It either says "Don't drink" or socially drink. That's all they all are.
Once in a while, I'll see you frequently on there.
Well, frequently. Does that mean I'm getting hammered all the time?
That's usually
So that's I'm getting hammered. Okay,
much.
okay. Is a baby rattle? Is that what that thing is?
Does it say have and want or don't want more?
It says don't know yet.
Don't know yet. So they don't know if they want kids yet.
Well, they've already got one.
Oh.
And she says they do have kids.
Oh.
What's that? What's the one? One looks like a baby rattle.
Baby rattle. Oh, right. Oh,
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for. What you're looking for in a relationship or why you're on that app. What you're looking for in love or whatever. Don't know yet.
Yeah. Okay.
You're looking for marriage, you're looking for long-term relationship, whatever.
I got you. Interest, cafe hopping. Adam doesn't like coffee.
All right.
So I got to go like that, right?
If it's a left, yeah.
That's a no. This is a definite no for Adam. Okay. So good. That's going to be a no too. This is too easy of a game. Maybe we need to fix. We got to fix it. They're always going to be a no.
I'm sorry, Pimple.
Have you ever got on there and just swipe right away?
Like they're just
like the first person, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All the time.
Oh, yeah, that surprises me.
Yeah.
I had a swipe left for you. Speaking of swiping left,
let's hear it.
Walk in. So we were talking before we go. It's before when we do our little show prep for 2.5 minutes, a couple days beforehand, and I was getting ready to go. One of my customers, the few of them were on go bowling. They're on a little bowling team, so I go down. I said I'll go down and buy some beers and hang out and watch. I was talking to Adam in the parking lot before I got out. And Adam says, hopefully there's some kind of story that comes out of there we can add on there. And I was like, yeah, and if not, whatever, I can figure something out. Oh, I said something that I just came out of my mouth. I'm so terrible. It's so dumb. So walk in, say hi. You can't buy beer at the bowling alley. It's connected to a bar. You got to walk over to the bar to go get beer.
Okay.
So I go over to go get a tub of beer. And you know how they've got like everything's like you sign with your finger. Everything's on a tablet now, right? Yeah. Like they just flip it over, you pick your tip and you sign with your finger. So I'm sitting there, get the bucket of beer, run the card. They put the thing up there and I just do the little sign with my finger. And one of the scariest people I've ever seen in my life, like 15 face piercings, jet black hair.
I thought you were going to say 15 faces.
It's an alien. She might have been an alien. Looks over and goes, anybody ever tell you got really nice penmanship? And I was like, funny. I work on it all the time. It's one of my, it's one of the things I pride myself in. Except it's nice. Except it's not really penmanship, right? I'm using my finger. So it's more like fingermanship.
Yeah.
Fingermanship. And as I said those words,
did you say the first one that you said?
I can't remember which one it said. Whatever it was, I said words that as soon as they came out, I went, oh, that was bad. I shouldn't have said that. And immediately that person says, oh, you probably find a good girlfriend that way. And I was like, yeah. I kind of like brought my other hand around where the wedding ring is. Like, I'm going to get my sign on this. Nope. No. I'm too nice to not, if somebody talks to me, I'm going to talk to you. Sure. Right. I'm not going to just ignore you.
Right.
And they went literally go, ugh. And then turned around and walked away.
Oh,
I got ugh, or to some weird noise like that. Yeah. Got totally ugged out.
Wow.
And it was like within 5 minutes of us talking about there's got to be a story that comes out of a West Virginia bowling alley. There has to be on a Tuesday night. There has to be.
Man, well, first of all, congratulations on being
Penmanship.
Approached. Yeah, I mean,
I think it was I think it was literally my penmanship.
But she was disgusted by your wedding ring.
She was disgusted.
So she was interested, in my opinion.
She was disgusted by the wedding ring. There's
no
doubt about it.
So there you go. I think she was complimenting you on your penmanship, whether she thought so or not, because that was the icebreaker.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that was it. That's why I was trying to be nice. Just talk, Sure. And then when I said the stupid part, I feel like that almost in my head, I'm like, oh, did that make it sound like I'm trying to like say something funny back to her? Like I was like, oh, I gotta stop now. I gotta get myself out of this situation.
You felt like maybe that came across a little flirty, not meant that way at
Not
all.
at all. I was
Right.
still joking around about the fact that about penmanship.
Right. Right. But she took it and ran with it.
Fingermanship.
Yeah. And she and you think and you did that right away. You're like, oh no, what
It
did I
was
just say? Because
instantly.
yeah, because you're like, well, you can't just talk about stuff like that to a woman
No.
that you don't know yet.
No.
And
Get smacked.
instead,
Yeah. Instead it
she was like, okay.
came across the wrong way. Yeah, came across the wrong way. So yeah, then I got ugh. Like she was gonna puke.
That's so
The
funny.
funny part about it is we talk about swipe right, swipe left. So
Yeah.
we do this after this part. So this person, you ever seen those people that are obvious smokers, right? I mean, they're West Virginia, they're obvious smokers down there. That you don't know if that person is like mid-20s or mid-50s.
Yeah.
100%. There's no idea. No idea.
Hanging out at a bowling alley in West Virginia with 15 piercings
On a Tuesday. No, she was in the bar side.
But okay, on the bar.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and just looking for a fellow with penmanship.
I guess.
right.
She grabbed her Corona and walked away from me. Corona extra.
And you,
no line.
And you kissed your wedding ring. And went,
No line.
"Oh, thank you,
My girl. I love you, baby. Thank you. Saved me again.
Oh man, that's nice. That's not. I tell you what, that was a great experience for you. I feel like because you got the little jolt of, hey, somebody was interested in me, right? Not you would never act on that or anything like that,
Sure.
but still kind of a nice like, hey, somebody thought something of me, right?
Yeah, I'm not a big fat slob. I mean, now I did have work clothes on in the middle,
And you're dressed nice.
So that's the thing. That's
See?
probably like, oh, look, here's a random person that obviously doesn't belong here.
Women love
In
that.
good
Right?
looking, in normal clothes. In the
That man has a collar on his shirt in here.
That's some bitch.
That guy's wearing a belt.
Usually it's just okay. If the sleeves are cut off, I'll go for it as long as it's got the neck, right? But if the neck and sleeves are cut off, that's just I can't handle that.
He's either homeless or a bodybuilder.
So then, that's even better. So a man, I don't remember his name. We'll call him Uncle Jerry. Uncle Jerry.
That's this lady's name?
No. This is the next story. Okay. After they're all done bowling, we go back over to the bar side. Thank God. Scary lady's no longer there.
Oh, boy.
But Uncle Jerry's walking around. So there, every hole in the wall bar has the old man, right? That's like, 60 to 70 years old. Yeah. He's got like Carhartt bibs on, still has his coat of and a white beard that is yellow right around the mouth because 576 cigarettes a day. Mm-hmm. This dude walks up and starts talking to me. There's three of us there, starts talking to us, and they're like, "Hey Jerry, how you doing?" And they're talking to him, and he's feeding us some sob story. He's old, he ain't got no money, and all this other stuff. And he walks away. And I was like, man, I feel bad for that dude. I said, he's had a rough week, dude, because that guy, I paid his bar tab last week when I saw him. Guy up next guy goes, oh yeah, I paid his bar tab twice since I've been here. And this other guy's like, I do it all the time. And I was like, I know exactly who this guy is. He knows everybody at the bar, gives everybody a sob story, ain't got no money, and gets his tab bought and then that night, getting ready to leave, one of the dudes I was with from the lumberyard goes, I'm gonna get your tab. Put Gary's tab, Jerry, whatever his name is, on mine. I'm like, man, you all some soft-hearted fellas. I mean, I guess that's nice. But
I feel
he
like
came over and gave me a hug, told me he loved me.
Okay.
Yeah, so gave me a hug, told me he loved me. He was only missing 2 teeth.
That's like when you go to Hooters and they like sit down at the stool next to you and say, "Oh, hey, where are you guys from?" and stuff. That's absolutely for the tip at the end of the day.
I may or may not have told the story. Me and Adam used to go almost every Wednesday to $10 all you can eat. $10 all you can eat wings at Hooters. Mm-hmm. So Adam would get get wings and a water. I get wings and a pop.
And those curly fries sometimes.
Oh, the curly fries. Nice. Yeah. Cheese sauce.
Oh, yeah.
And every time whoever the girl was would sit down right next to Adam ask questions, put her hand on his leg, talking and laughing. And every time Adam would get a bill for $10.99 and he'd leave a $10 tip every single time. And the smile's always there. And I'm like, dude, right? I mean, they know that you give 100% tip every time you come. So they're going to sit there and they're going to touch your leg because you're not going to do anything. And you're going to do well. Right. And I would sit over there and I'm like, I'm, in high school or something, or just out of high school. And I'm like, I'm going to leave a $3 tip and I'm going to get out of here on my $15 tip.
Yep. Those were the days. I like to try to tip fairly big anyway, but then, especially a small thing, a small tab, like if it's $10, like I don't mind, I'll leave a 5 or whatever. I'll tip 50% in that case. But
sure, I get that. I'm like that now. Back then, when I didn't have any money,
I had less money.
I will leave 20%, and then Erin usually says, "Oh my God, they're really good. Make sure you leave a little extra. Make sure you leave." She's the determining factor on if you get more than 20%.
Nice.
I went to, where was I? I want to say it was after a wedding not that long ago. I think I talked. Yeah. So we just had a wedding a couple weeks ago and go to the bar afterwards and go pay my tab. And the person in front of me is paying the tab and he's dressed to the nines. I don't know this dude, but he's dressed to the nines. Looks good, right? He's gold chain, nice watch, like just looks good, right?
He's not going to the bowling alley.
He ain't going to the bowling alley. No. So he's looking like he got dressed up for the night. He's looking good. And he had it was like a $60 bar tab, right? The receipt's right there when I walk up. He left a $3 tip on a $60 bar tab.
Dude, I hear stories like that.
Sometimes. I walk out, I looked at that and I looked at the bartender back there and she just grabbed it, never even looked at it. And I wanted to say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I left a bigger tip than I normally would, trying to make up for this ding dong.
That stinks.
Is that ridiculous?
Tip the people that are working, man. Come on.
Because especially bartenders and waitresses, like they don't make money. They're making like $4 an hour or something stupid.
Yeah. I don't get it. I don't get people.
Although I will say tipping's got a little crazy lately. Like you're supposed to tip everything apparently now. Like I went to Jersey Mike's and it's just right. It's always up there now. It's always on there. I'm gonna leave a tip. Like, what do you mean leave a tip? You're not waiting on me out here. You just made my sandwich. That's literally what you get paid for, right? Like to make the sandwich. That's all you did. Not all you did. I don't mean that in a bad way. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying like usually you tip for service.
Sure.
Right. You tip for service. They're not that.
Yeah.
It's everything. Everything.
I know it.
Everything.
I DoorDash 18 times a week and I'm throwing a pretty good sized tip on that plus all the fees and stuff.
I'll tell you this. When DoorDash suggests, they put like there's 3 different tip options usually. Yep. There's the bottom one, then they suggest the middle one, and then there's the one out on the far side. I just leave it at what it is. And it's not bad. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's a very good tip. Usually, like we'll have like $35-40 worth of stuff and it's like a $5 tip. I'm like, well, I mean, they obviously think that's what it should be. So I'll do whatever they think it is. And I just go from there because that's tough because DoorDash already charges you an arm and a leg more than what everything would normally cost.
That's right. I'll tell you a service story, by the way, real quick.
Yeah.
I go yesterday after the gym. I've been going to Chipotle after. So every day I go to the gym and I'm like, okay, now what does it make sense to eat after this to not ruin that exercise, right? So I'm like, for a long time, I was never really a big Chipotle guy, but I'm like, okay, you got the rice, you got the chicken. That's what I always get. Yep. And I'm like, okay, so that's something that's not ice cream, right? So I go in there yesterday and I walk in, I'm the 3rd guy in line when I walk in, right? Mm-hmm. And the first guy, it's a guy and his 2 daughters. They're already in the middle of going down the line, ordering their stuff, right?
Right.
So then there's one guy and there's me. So for some reason, it takes them forever, right?
Yep.
There's one gal doing the whole thing. There's another gal restocking something. There's one guy in the back making everything.
Yep.
And there's one gal doing all the over to the side, taking care of all the online orders.
Yep.
Right. So I think they're a little understaffed, probably. It's usually not always super busy, but it's usually there's
Which one do
usually
you go
a
to?
line. So that one was the one on Glenway, over by Chick-fil-A.
Yep. Yep.
There are a whole bunch
Gotcha.
of stores right
Yep.
there, right? So I go in there and I'm the third guy in line. Takes a long time. So then guys going through, eventually the girl goes, looks up, and by this time, so I'm
There's a
there.
line now.
There's one or two good people behind me. And she looks up and goes, "It's a wait on chicken." Okay, number one. What does that mean? What? How much of a is it? Is
2
it a
minutes?
30-second wait? Is it a
30
2-minute
minutes?
wait? Is it a 30-minute wait? What is a wait?
Yeah.
Say,
Mhm.
give me some kind of
Yeah.
detail. So then she finally she said it the second time. She asks the guy like how long on chicken or whatever, and she goes no, she goes 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minute wait on chicken.
Okay.
I'm like, all right. So I'm like, all right, I only ever get chicken as my meat.
Yep.
So I'm like, I'll just wait. Okay. It takes another 10 minutes to get to the front of the line.
Jeez.
All right. So because there was one other guy there. So finally I get up there and there's a different girl that's now taking the orders. And but before I even get up there, the guy in line behind me is starting to like
You
audibly
feel
complain.
You can feel the.
Yeah.
I hate that they're buying stuff. Like, oh my god, what's taking so long? I mean, look, open your eyes. You can see what's taking so long. There's 3 people trying to work back there.
Yeah, and he wasn't like over the top with it or anything, but he was like
just under his breath,
said
kind of
something.
stuff.
Yeah, and I think he was kind of saying it so I could hear it.
He wants you to. Yeah, he wants you to turn around and yeah.
So the first time he said something, I kind of looked back and just said, ha ha ha, just kind of laughed it off. And then the second time he said something again, and I'm like, okay. So I'm like, all right, I'll commiserate with this guy, right? So I'm like,
okay.
I'm like, yeah. I said, I'm trying to decide if I just said something like, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to wait on the chicken or not. But by that time it had been like 8 minutes since he first said it,
and the chicken's still not out.
and he's like, well, he's like, it's been a while. He's like, I know you've been here a while because I came in. You were already here when I came in, and so I'm like, yeah, and he's saying something. He's like, he said there's one chick doing everything back there. I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, everybody was working as hard as they could, but
sure.
I'm like, yeah. So he says something else or whatever, and I'm like, yeah. So then I said something that wasn't even true just to try to like have some camaraderie with the guy.
You're trying to make friends.
Like,
this is such out of your comfort zone.
It really is.
This is amazing.
It really is. I said something like, yeah, sometimes I order online first before I come in and try to save some time. I end up waiting just as long. like, that's not really true, but I have waited.
Sometimes it is true.
Sometimes it is true. It really is. But so I finally get up there and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get a bowl. I get the same thing every single time. I get a bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take. As a matter of fact, I switched it up this time because the guy in front of me, I saw him get half white rice, half brown rice.
Ooh, okay. So you went half and half?
Never even thought about that. I always just get brown. So I'm like, give me the half and half, huh?
Let me hit up a little bit of that halfy.
Give me the twisty cone.
Come on out. Yeah.
So she puts it in there. I said, I'm gonna wait for the chicken, and she's like, okay. And she kind of looks like, now what do I do?
This dude's really gonna wait.
So she just like puts it to the side. She's like, all right.
Goes to the next guy.
The next 4 people are
got
getting chicken. So she's like, you getting chicken? You getting chicken? You getting chicken? Everybody's getting chicken. There's like 10 people in line. One guy's not getting chicken. He goes through and gets all his stuff. By the way, the first guy that with his daughters is sitting there, and I assume they were just sitting there eating. The whole time they're waiting for a side of chicken in a little cup.
Oh my gosh.
They got all their food and everything. They're waiting for a side of chicken. So finally, they get the chicken up. By this time, some other dude comes back from break or whatever, right? And he comes out. He's got a face tattoo. And he
face or neck?
Face.
Yes, let's go.
Face tattoo. He walks in, gives the old
brushing of the nose,
rubs his nose down his arm, throws the gloves on. Thank God.
Put the gloves on. Okay,
and so now he's helping, right?
Yeah.
So finally, the chicken comes up. Lady's like, "All right, chicken's up. You guys can start getting back in line here." So, and the good thing though was, as I'm waiting for the chicken for a while, the girl had already put the rice in, and she looks at me at one point and she goes, "You know what? I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna give you fresh rice once the chicken comes up."
See it? Nice. Heck yeah.
Great.
Yeah, much appreciated.
Absolutely. So finally, chicken comes up. I'm the first guy standing there waiting for the chicken. And so she puts the new rice back in, or she puts the new rice back in there, gives it off to this new guy, face tattoo guy. And he gets a little scoop, turns around because the chicken's not, they don't even put it up in the thing. It's just back there from where it came from.
Yep, just scooping it out. Yep.
Scoop, puts a little, like, 3 little pieces of chicken on there.
No.
What else do you want? I go sour cream, cheese, and lettuce. I mean, a thimble of sour cream, a pinch of cheese, and a forest of lettuce.
What?
I mean, like it was on purpose almost. I'm like, I get the good stuff so that I don't have to taste the lettuce.
I didn't even really want the lettuce.
I don't want the lettuce.
I was just trying to be healthy.
Oh, I need one vegetable on there, I think, because I don't get salsa, I don't get beans, I don't get any of that.
You don't get any salsa?
None.
Yeah. You ever try the fajita?
No.
With like the peppers and onions?
No. I don't like any of that stuff. I don't do the stuff. So he gives me, and then he slaps a ton of the lettuce on, throws a lid on it. The lettuce is hanging out. All the lettuce is hanging out of the side of the thing. And he just barely kind of cups the little thing on the side, and over there you go. And then I pay for it and I walk out, and I'm like, it was the worst bowl I've had from Chipotle in a very long time.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah. And I waited. I ended up being in there probably almost 30 minutes. I was the third guy in line when I walked in.
It's tough for the service industry these days, bud.
Yeah,
it's pretty tough. Pretty tough.
It is
pretty tough, man.
That's what I did. I wasn't mad at all. Really.
No. I know what you're saying.
Understanding of that stuff.
Yeah, you get it, but it's still like, man, this is.
And they were working.
Not good.
It's like if they were standing around with their thumb in their ear or something like that. Ear. I say.
It's where I put my thumb.
And so, if that was the case, or they were, rude or something like that, I mean, they're not super polite, but especially tattoo face. But I don't know. They were trying. They were trying. I get
good old tattoo face.
That's right.
All right, so I think this is going to come down to Jokic, whether he got 10 rebounds or not.
Come on, baby.
And I don't know what's going on. It just blacked everything out. So I don't know if he got it or not. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to click here. We're going to go back, and then we're going to click back on 134 to 124. So he played in that fourth quarter. Here we go. Mr. Jokic had 10 boards, baby. Let's go. $100 in my pocket.
Yeah, Chipotle on Cristobal.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I had to make a deposit of like $5 or $10 or something like that, and then I got like $80 or $75 because somebody referred me, and then like $100 of free money or something like that.
Hey.
So it was like $180 is what I started with.
Yeah,
I'll be at like 380 now. I'll be up a couple $100 now, bub.
That's great.
I'm gonna cash $100 out, throw it off to the side.
There you go.
Get it out of there. I gotta get it out of there. Get it out of there. Get it out of there.
I've never cashed in anything, so I don't know. I don't know that I ever will, because that's just going to dwindle down once that's the thing.
Zero. Then it's gone, right? So I want to make something off of this. I don't want to be up a bunch and then lose it all.
Yep.
So here's what I told myself though too. Unless it's one of those free bets where you can, because that was another one that I won. They had a bet during Monday Night Football. You could only bet. It was a live bet, so you had to when the game starts. So you had in between the game while it was going on, you had to place a bet on that game while it was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I waited, and I didn't even realize that I was playing around. It was the third quarter, and there was no touchdowns. It was a terrible game. It was Minnesota and whoever they're playing. And I got TJ Hawkinson. It was a $25. You could bet $25. If you lose, no big deal. TJ Hawkinson on a anytime touchdown, $50. Let's go, bud.
How about
50
that?
bucks. 50 bucks. Caught
Wow.
touchdown in the fourth quarter.
Good job,
Yeah.
TJ Hushman Hawkinson.
Yeah. But if I would have lost, I wouldn't have lost any money.
Yeah,
That's the best part.
that is.
Why
the
would
best
you
part.
not take advantage of all those free things? I remember when all this came out, and my dad's like, I got on 3 sites and got $200 from each one and free money. I was like, yeah, there's a catch. There's always a catch.
Yeah.
It was there. I mean, when this all came out, it really doesn't seem like there was.
I know.
And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, there's a free bet every single day. There's a free bet every day. All I need to do is make one bet a day. So I'll just use my free bet every day.
Beautiful.
Now I got a reason to look at now I got a reason to get back into sports.
There you go. At the end of all of these advertisements for these apps,
Yeah.
these sports betting apps, it's always, please gamble responsibly.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
You're cashing out $100 of it. You're gambling responsibly. You're doing the free bets.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's how it should work.
I feel like we'll see how long it lasts. But I told myself, like, that's it. I'm not going anything over that $5-10.
Yeah.
No bets over that. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm up $1,000. I'm going to start doing $25. Just stay where I'm not here trying to make money. I'm not trying to make money. I'm just,
just a little fun.
Just a little messing around, man. Just
Yep.
messing around.
Yep. And look, you're making a little money right now.
I mean,
so.
a little bit, but not a lot, but a little bit. Yeah.
That's
I mean, I'm not hitting a 50-leg parlay on Sunday for $300,000, but
I don't know what that dude's deal is.
I'm gonna do a $5 50-leg parlay this weekend, and we're gonna talk about it.
See what happens.
I'm gonna try to make it like as easy as possible, like something like Derrick Henry 15 yards rushing, 15 plus yards. Yeah, he's gonna get 15 yards of rushing, right? I'm gonna do stuff like that and see how far I can see what we can get that thing up to.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
let's make a bet, or let's make a deal here.
All right.
If you win $300,000 on this 50-leg parlay,
yeah,
let's use some of that to get a professional editor to do one of our episodes, to doctor it up,
do the whole thing,
make it look really neat.
Let's bring it down. I don't forget $300,000. I say $100,000.
$100,000? Yeah.
$50,000. $50,000. $50,000. How much is it going to cost some guy?
If we do one episode, yeah. I mean,
one episode, what's it going to cost us? A couple $100?
Somebody will do that for $100 probably.
Yeah. If I make $50,000, we'll do it.
All right.
I want to make it high. But not outrageous.
Yeah.
$50,000 is high.
That is pretty high.
Pretty close to outrageous.
Yeah.
$300,000 is outrageous. That's not going to happen. There's no chance. I would actually like to see. I'm sure there are people that just do that too.
Yeah. What is the number that you have to hit on a parlay, or just to get to your money on that site, that you call your boss and say, I'm retired as of right now?
There's not enough money.
Really?
I don't know if I can make a bet that would make me enough money. I'd have to be into the multiple millions of dollars.
Multiple million.
It'd have to be a minimum of $2 million.
Okay.
Actually, it'd probably be 3 after taxes. I'm going to need. If I'm going to retire at 40, that's a lot, but I got a lot of years left. If I'm retiring, I got to make a lot more. I got to have some cash that I can. I've got lots of stuff that I've got to be able to pay for over the next 40 years.
See, and here's what I always think about that is, if I get to $1 million, that's going to be hard to make last for the rest of my life, but I'm going to take a good portion of that and invest it so that I can make it grow.
Yeah, make it grow. And so, yeah, you like
so
to think
hopefully
that
you're making money on the money.
Yeah.
So you essentially have a job, and hopefully you make tons of money using all that money. So
that's in the end, maybe in 3 years from now, I'll say I'm retiring once that money makes its money.
Yeah.
Maybe, but yeah,
that's fair.
Be hard.
That's fair.
I'd say, but to just do it right now, it'd have to be like $3 million.
Yeah.
Minimum. Maybe even more, depending on taxes. Because I want to be able to know that I've got 15 years guaranteed.
Sure.
I need 15 years guaranteed in the bank.
Yeah.
That puts me at 55. I need 20 years. I go, well, when do you got to retire? Like, I need.
Whenever you're financially set.
But I mean, like, what's the retirement age?
65 normally.
So 55 would be, yeah, it's gonna, I mean, because if I'm at home and I got nothing else to do, but I'm just gonna be spending a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna spend a lot of money.
Yeah. Yep.
A lot of money. I'll probably buy a barn. I'll probably build a barn, some giant thing that's got batting cages, basketball court. That's gonna be a must. That's gonna be a must.
Yeah.
Because I've already figured out, I don't think I can I always said if I won the lottery, I'm getting a zero gravity room, but I don't think that's possible.
I mean, I would much rather have a basketball gym and a batting cage.
Yeah, I think that would be a blast.
Yeah.
That would be unreal.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be huge.
I've been thinking about this every day for years.
Yep.
Exactly. I have pictures in my mind about how I would want it to look.
Yeah.
Different features. I just
would it be like the old wrestling gym in high school where like you've got the gym and then like a middle level 5-6 feet in the air, you've got batting cages or workout gym or whatever. Remember, isn't that how that used to be kind of set up, where the old gym used to be when we were in high school before they got all the fancy stuff
with the where the weight room was on the stage?
Yeah.
No. So I would have a full gym, and I would have TVs up, on at least a couple TVs in there, so that I could have stuff playing in there while I'm doing whatever I want to do. I would want at least one side of it to be all window, like floor to ceiling, high. Obviously it's going to be high, all windows, and with the feature to be able to like block them off or not. Yeah, black them out. And maybe even have them open if I want to.
Yeah.
I would do another room off of that, another big room with a gym with equipment and stuff, right? And it would all be attached to my house.
Yeah.
All right, which I have some ideas for that too, but for now, we're attaching it there, and where it's a lockable door between the house and the gym, and also an outside door. So if I call somebody and say, hey, come over and shoot. I'm not gonna be home, but a buddy of mine or something, come on over and shoot, right?
Give them a code, they can get in the outside door.
The outside, they can't get into the house part. Right. Yeah. So just a couple ideas I'm throwing around.
I like it.
I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be ready when I get that money.
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening. Well, if I win $5 million on this, I'll hook you up with your own gym. I can't get you the house too, but I'll get your gym.
Just get your own gym and let me use it sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. You can use it anytime you want. You'll have your own code. Just like you have your own code. Do you have your own code to get in?
I used it today.
Yeah, there you go.
Your wife even saw me from the little window, and she like started coming over. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get this before she gets it.
Ding, 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 ding.
And I opened it up.
Nice. Perfect. I got to change the battery on that thing. When you go to turn the lock, sometimes it like doesn't catch, and that means the battery's dying. Like it's not fully engaging. So
worked perfectly for me today.
Good to hear. All right. So we got one last thing to do.
Yep.
Let's talk about Louis Katz.
Yes, sir.
Louis Katz. I think we can do this pretty quick. This was called, so I believe it was called present tense.
Yes.
But the thing on YouTube says
confusing.
Says the greatest comedian you've never heard of.
Yeah.
Really cool. First like 5 minutes is a bunch of really great, like one of your favorites, David Tell was on there. One of my favorites, Nate Bargatze was on there. Michelle Wu was on there. Mark Maron was on there, all talking about this guy. Like he's so great. He's so good, but nobody knows who he is. Like kind of making fun, right? Obviously it was planned that way. They did a really good job with that. But then you find out at the end of this dude's got, this is a passion. Like he's like, I don't want to do a podcast. I don't want to do a podcast. I just want to do comedy. This is all I want to do. Yeah. But it's like anything else, things evolve, right? And like the best comedians, they realize that if you want to get your name out, you got to have yourself a funny little podcast. Okay. You don't want to do that. Let's take that part out. This dude's good. He's really good. Really good. His joke writing is good. His delivery is great. He is I mean, they make him sound like he's super, super dirty. It's all in I didn't think it was super dirty, but it was fun. Like, I laughed a lot. This was funny to me. This was really funny to me. I had a good time with this. I thought this guy was really good. He reminded me of somebody I know. The way he walked around and held the mic and would like tilt back and have the mic up. I can't put my finger on it, but he reminded me of somebody. But I thought it was really good. I'm gonna go. Before I say that, let's see if we can find some of the funny things. See, this is what, if I don't write something down, I have trouble remembering the funny. But I laughed a lot of stuff. He had some good stuff with his ex. There was some good ex jokes in there. I don't know. I'm sure you wrote stuff down, so I'll let you talk about that. I'm going 4.1.
4.1. Louis Katz. All right, good. I was, I think, expecting a little better.
See, I didn't know what to expect from this.
Yeah. I hate to, I always talk about, I try not to go in with expectations, but I do every time. I always go in with expectations. Unless I don't know the person at all. But I don't know. There were some jokes that I was like, oh wow, I expected way better than that. Like we're just kind of low-hanging fruit stuff or something. Sure. But there was also some really good stuff. I wrote down, I tried not to write down punchlines.
No, you just put like one word down to remind you of it.
I wrote stereotypes.
That was good. That was so good. That was so good. the Bluetooth, the one, oh, so good.
I wrote down Geppetto. He's got a wooden doll.
His dad's car
brother. Florida 2, I wrote down.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, and he referenced it. He brought that back a couple times really well too.
Hip hop yoga.
See, I need to start doing stuff like that.
Went into white. This is really a punchline, I guess, but whiter than a $1,000 veterinary bill.
When he said that, I thought in my head, I was like, I gotta use that somewhere.
Small batch gun violence. Micro-deucing. he
sit down to pee.
That's right. You end up taking little poops that you weren't planning on. Right? Micro-deucing.
Oh, that's good.
You ever sit down to pee?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, I do that.
Especially in the middle of the night. Like if I don't want to turn the light on, I'll find the toilet and sit down. That way don't know where it's going.
After I never even thought about it. And then after I heard some comedians on different podcasts say that they do that sometimes, I'm like, oh, it actually kind of makes sense.
Especially in the middle of the night when you're tired and like or if you fell asleep on the couch and you're walking up to bed, like anytime I'm tired, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna sit here.
Yeah. Let it flow.
And you don't have to like concentrate.
No aiming.
It's in the John. You're good.
I'll tell you what I've also done is been like had somebody at my house or been at somebody else's house and you don't want them to hear you peeing. I worry about that, right?
So hold on a second. Hold on a second. So you're at somebody's house and you say, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. Right?
Yeah, it sounds like this.
Yeah. There it is. Yeah. So you tell them you're using the bathroom though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just with somebody, you tell them you're using, so then you walk into the bathroom.
Or you just go in there. You don't have to tell them.
No, but then they see you walking people see you walk into the bathroom. What do you think they think you're doing in the bathroom? That you have to be quiet.
Trimming my nose hair. Yeah.
Then you would have a big loud buzzing, wouldn't you?
Maybe, unless you do the little scissors and you go.
Oh yeah, that's true. If I'm going to the bathroom, I'm not trying to hide that I'm going to the bathroom.
I'm definitely trying to hide that I'm going to the bathroom. So, and I don't want you to hear my water hitting the water.
All right, I got you. So, I was thinking when you were going into this to start, I was thinking, if I'm at somebody's house, I don't want to make a mess on the toilet. I sit down and make sure that it all gets in there and there's no splash.
That's a huge
part of splash, Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. And I'll do that sometimes just at my house by myself, just because I don't want to have to wipe the seat off after.
Sure.
I'll just sit
Yep.
down because I'm like, I'm not. There's going to be.
Do you pee with the seat down? Do you stand and pee with the seat down?
No, but the rim.
The rim.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
So anyway, microdosing. And then I wrote down bad ending.
It was a bad ending. It was so bad. I think so.
That's what he was kind of talking
he
about.
Was literally talking about he hates those people that do that, and then he did it.
Thank you. Yeah,
I 100%.
He got serious, and I'm like, okay. He started getting serious. I'm like, come on. And then I'm like, oh wait, no, this is gonna end in some big punchline.
Exactly, and it just
didn't.
Nope. I'm finally taping my special.
Gosh, man,
that was a bummer. You're right, and that is such an important because that's your last impression.
Your closer.
That's the last impression you got. I did that 100%. Like I said when I first started talking, the ending that he got a little off the wall. We'll talk. That was too much.
Yeah,
that was too much.
Yeah, that was a little disappointing, and maybe that sent me over the top. So I wrote down 3.2.
Yeah, 3.2. I probably, because of the ending, I should probably go down to like a 3.8, but I'm gonna stay with 4.1.
4.1.
Yep, it was good. I mean, it had 45 minutes of really, really good stuff. Really,
he had some good jokes. He had some really good jokes. Yep. All right.
I'm so like, when you're a comedian and you set up all this stuff for years and years and practice, and like there's some time, like they're so good at knowing how the audience is going to respond.
Yes. Because
he knew how the audience was going to respond to two of his jokes, and because of the way they responded, it just pushed right into his punchline, right? Like my girlfriend wanted to have an open relationship. Is anybody here in an open relationship? And it's dead silent. He goes, good. I'm going to take all the recordings of all these shows and send them to her. Yeah. I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
He
knew that was going to be dead silent. It was so good. Yeah. So good.
Yeah. So
I love stuff like that.
So good. So good. Mount Rushmore of most overplayed, overrated songs.
Okay, yeah, that's there. So Sweet Caroline. Yeah. The next one is
just every wedding. Just think about every wedding, all the songs that are played.
So you got Sweet Caroline. You've got what's the other one that it's my dad Journey.
Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah. Don't stop. Yeah. Believe.
I love Journey, but that is definitely an overplayed song. For sure. Yeah. Yep. You know what? My favorite band of all time, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
September. I love the song, but the most. Yep. I mean, every time they're played on the radio, every wedding, every sporting event, September's played all the time. I'm like, all right, they've got a catalog of 50 other incredible songs. Play some.
Yep.
Anyway, but the Mount Rushmore.
Just ask George Foster.
Just as I'll text him right now.
You sat next to him for an entire concert, so I'm sure you guys are best buds now.
Friends. We're best friends. He's gonna be at Reds Fest this week. I'm not gonna see.
Are you
Reds
going?
Fest. Too much going on. Anyway, but I did see that Sean Casey and Eric Davis are going to be there. So I'm like, oh, do I need to switch some stuff around?
Yeah, that makes it tough. Well, just get you on your little Tinder snap or your Bumblebee or Real Big Fish and invite them to the Red Legs.
They're lining up to go to the Reds Fest, buddy. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. You say I've got an extra ticket to Reds Fest on your little profile, bud, you're gonna get a handful of them.
The only people I'm getting is Pimple and her buddies.
Oh, we got to figure that segment out.
Let's do for next week. Let's do the Mount Rushmore of left-handed quarterbacks.
Whoa, I love it. Michael Vick, let's go.
Steve Young?
I think so.
Maybe.
I like that. Left-handed quarterbacks. And then for comedy, we are going to do Mike Birbiglia, The Old Man and the Pool.
I just listened to an hour of Mike Birbiglia today. He was on Conan's podcast this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's really
he is a different person. You know that? He's just a different dude.
He's a different fella.
He's a different dude, man.
And his last 2 or 3 specials were like this. They're more like one-man shows.
Yeah.
than comedy specials.
Absolutely.
He's adding all kinds of stuff, and
Yeah.
he's definitely a story guy more than
Oh,
a
yeah.
one line guy.
Yep.
But he's funny.
Yep. He does a good job with it. So, all right. So we got Mike Birbiglia, and we've got left-handed quarterbacks for the Mount Rushmore. Well done, by the way.
Thanks.
Nicely done. And yeah. So till next week, don't forget to turn your headlights on.